Crusade. I'm Melanie Schilling and I'm a psychologist and dating coach. You know, I've been working with women now for around 12 years, both as a therapist and as a coach. And I reckon the number one cause of angst for women, of frustration, of anxiety, is relationships. So whether that's a relationship with yourself, or the relationship you hold with your girlfriends, your family, your work colleagues, or indeed a partner. This seems to be the number one conversation I have with my clients. And you know, I've noticed over the last 5 years or so, as women are starting to put off finding a life partner or finding someone to marry until later in life, they're spending more energy in their 20s and 30s on other pursuits. So whether it's career, building a financial portfolio, traveling the world, finding other ways to express ourselves and to get satisfaction. What I'm now finding is women are leaving it a bit too late and they're starting to think, forgot to get married. This is one I can relate to both professionally and personally. I spent my entire 30s as a single woman. Whilst I had a lot of fun and had some great stories to share for it, there were a lot of lonely nights. There were a lot of times on the couch, a lot of times when I thought, gosh, am I being too fussy? What if I've left it too late? Is he even out there? You know, I told myself I wanted to meet someone, but I think the messages I sent to the world told a very different story. Girlfriends used to say to me I had "back off" written across my forehead whenever a guy would come near me. I had no idea of this. I went through the motions, I did online dating and offline dating, and I'd go out to dates as though I was a favour to the man. I really didn't take it seriously, and I certainly didn't show my real self on my dates. It wasn't until I started applying some of my professional skills to myself, so started practicing what I preach, that I actually started to make a change. I removed myself from the dating world for a little while and took stock. I really got to the heart of who am I, what do I want, what's really, really important to me, what are my deal breakers, what are my beliefs about relationships, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses. Really looked deep into myself, but also started to build a very realistic profile of what he might look like. And you know what? It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. My ideal man list had things like tall, dark and handsome, the old TDH. That doesn't exist. Well, it does, but not for me. That wasn't what I was really attracted to. I even had a few deal breakers on that list, which included must not be into heavy metal. More on that in a minute. So I went back online, I relaunched my dating campaign with this whole new self-awareness and strategy, both online and offline. And before I knew it, I met this gorgeous Irishman. So we communicated online for 6 weeks before we met. We were together for 6 months. After 6 months, I moved interstate to be with him. After 12 months, we're engaged. So it is a happy story. It's a great story. It was a hard journey to get to this point, but I've made it. And for me, I feel like I've got so much to share with you, both from my professional background and from my personal experience. And by the way, the guy I ended up with is into heavy metal, but he's also into classical, so I think that gets him off the hook. So all of these experiences were what really led to me developing Dating Crusade, which is datingcrusade.com if you're interested. This is a whole range of programs for women to help you get beyond the hit and miss style of dating into a more strategic, conscious, authentic style of dating, giving you the opportunity to present your real self, your whole self, to the men that you meet. Deciding what is your dating niche. Where are you going to find the men that meet your profile? What is your strategy going to be? When you get onto your dates, how are you going to behave? How are you going to communicate, both verbal and non-verbal? What body language are you going to use? So there's a whole range of skills and techniques that I've poured into this new program. I call it the Dating Success Formula, and there are 10 keys to unlocking that.
So, how do you get inside the Dating Success Formula? Well, I'm excited to announce that I'm about to run a series of free online seminars with the title, Why Are You Still Single? That annoying question. What will you get out of this seminar? You'll learn how to say goodbye to hit and miss dating for good, to connect with your own personal, tailor-made dating niche. Learn to attract those men that you choose rather than just responding to men who happen to show interest. And learn to create an enduring, positive love relationship with a man who gets you. What will you take away from the seminar? Well, this is about giving you an unfair advantage, self-awareness, insight into why you're still single, an understanding of how to create the perfect strategy for you, the benefit of my 15 years of experience distilled down into a 10 simple step formula. So, when are we going to do this? You'll see the dates here. In Australia, Monday the 22nd at 7 p.m, same time for our US girls, and for the UK, Tuesday the 23rd at 9 p.m. So there's a time for everyone. Where? In the comfort of your own home, of course. I would love you to put on your slippers, to get a glass of wine or maybe a hot cup of tea, sit down and relax so we can spend some time together. So please join me. Let's stop you from kissing those frogs. You'll see below there's an opportunity to enter your name and email address, and you can choose which of the seminars suits you. So please, come on, let's get together. Let's get to the bottom of your dating crusade.